Hello friends, welcome to Department of Plant Pathology, KDSP Agriculture College Nasik. In previous lecture, we have studied grassy shoot of sugarcane, its causal organism that is Phytoplasma or MLOs. We have seen its symptomatology, its mode of transmission and its management. Today we are going to study sugarcane mosaic. This is the one of the viral disease and it's caused due to sugarcane mosaic virus. This virus belongs to potato virus Y group and it was reported from almost all sugarcane growing regions of India. In India, the losses of this sugarcane mosaic can cause up to 10 to 20% of total yield. It is continuously observed on widely grown variety that is CO740 in Maharashtra. Mosaic in association with RSD, that means ratoon stunting disease, these are two were reported to be more damaging in the terms of yield and recovery. Here you can see the symptoms of this sugarcane mosaic disease. The characteristic symptoms of this disease appears more prominently on the basal portion of younger foliage than the older ones. Generally, there are development of chlorotic or yellowish strips alternate with the normal green portion of the leaves, giving the mosaic pattern. As you can see in the image, there is the alternate chlorotic and yellowish strips were developed on the leaves and showing the patterns of mosaic. When young affected leaves held against bright light, we observed yellowish spots on uneven strips. This is the character of this sugarcane mosaic disease. In severe infection, the chlorotic area considerably increases over the normal green and symptoms also appear on the leaf sheets. Sometimes necrotic lesions are regularly produced in the parenchymatous tissues of the internodes and entire plant becomes stunted and chlorotic due to the severe infection of this sugarcane mosaic virus. Now, if you see the primary source of infection of this sugarcane mosaic disease, then you will find that it may through only by infected seeds. That means infected seeds are serving as a primary source of inoculum and secondary source of inoculum may be transmitted by aphids, that is Raphalocephalum maedis, Historyuria ceteri, and by green bug Toxoptera graminum. These are some secondary sources that may transmit this viral disease from infected portion to the healthy portion. This virus is non-persistent type of virus and it is involved in transmission through only insect vectors like aphids, etc. The infection in plant is always by systemic manner. Other host of these viruses are sugarcane, maize, some wild grasses are some alternate host of this virus group. Now the most important point comes, that is management of such sugarcane mosaic disease. For managing this disease, we have to root out the diseased clumps periodically, as we have seen that the infected seeds are the primary source of infection and such seeds or such infected clumps should be uprooted and should be cut or should be destroyed outside the field so that we can minimize the initial inoculum of this disease. Select seeds from healthy fields. This is important point. That is, the mother nursery crop should be free from disease of this sugarcane mosaic. So we have to obtain such seeds from healthy fields. Next important point is treat the seeds in hot water as 52 degrees Celsius for 10 to 11 minutes on the first day, and after that we can also apply aerated steam treatment at that is 52 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. These are some thermotherapy that we can do for managing this disease. Similarly, such viral diseases are difficult to control, so that we have to only control their insect vectors, that is aphids and these green bugs. So for controlling such insect vectors, we can use spraying of insecticides like malathion or dimethoate at the rate of 2 ml or 2 gram per liter. So the transmission of this disease from infected portion to the healthy portion will be avoided. So this is all about sugarcane mosaic disease. In next lecture, we will see Pokka boing disease of sugarcane. This is one of the common disease found in South India, and we will see their causal organism, economic importance, symptomatology and management of this Pokka boing in next lecture. Thanks for watching this video.